Hey, if you're watching this now, I imagine you already have the worksheet in front of you. So before we begin, let's slow everything down for a moment. You don't need to rush, you don't need to get this right, and you don't need to finish everything in one sitting. I'm here with you, not to instruct you, but to walk alongside you as you experience this for yourself. Let's start exactly where the worksheet starts, arriving. Before you write anything, pause. Take one natural breath. Let your body arrive here. There's nothing to solve right now. Just notice that you're here, choosing to spend time with yourself. That choice alone is already an act of self leadership. When you're ready, gently move to section one. Here's where the journey begins. I want you to choose one situation, thought, or feeling that feels alive for you right now. Not the biggest problem in your life, not something you think you should work on, just something that has your attention. It might be a decision you've been postponing, a recurring emotional reaction, a work or relationship tension, or a quiet self doubt you haven't named yet. One sentence is enough. This is important. You're not choosing something to fix, you're choosing something to learn from. That shift from fixing to learning is what activates the REAL process. Before we go any deeper, take a moment to answer the baseline questions. These are not deep questions yet. They're simply a snapshot. What's happening? What's the dominant thought you have about this? What do you want deep down regarding this item? Write honestly and briefly. This gives you something powerful later, a before and after you can actually feel. Now we enter reflection. This is where many people get stuck. So let me say this clearly. Reflection is not overthinking. Reflection is creating space between what happened and how you reacted. As you write here, imagine you're gently stepping back and observing your own experience. What story are you telling yourself? What facts can you verify without interpretation? What meanings or assumptions might you be adding? Go slowly. If you notice resistance, that's information, not failure. And if something feels uncomfortable to admit, you don't need to force it. Sometimes awareness arrives in layers. When you finish this section, pause and notice. Do you feel even a little clearer than before? That clarity is the doorway to courage. Now we move to emotion. This is an important shift. Emotion is not a weakness. Emotion is not something to control or eliminate. Emotion is information. As you scan your emotions, try not to judge them. You're not asking, is this emotion good or bad? You're simply asking, what's here? Notice where you feel it in your body. Notice what it might be protecting or signaling. And remember this, you do not need to fix this feeling. Listening is enough. This is where learning starts to become real because emotion connects insight to lived experience. Now, gently shift into awareness. Awareness is the moment you realize I'm thinking, I'm reacting, I'm caught in a pattern. As you tick the patterns that resonate, overthinking, self criticism, avoidance, do so without blame. These patterns didn't come from nowhere. They once helped you cope, adapt, or survive. Awareness is not about judging them, it's about seeing them clearly. And this is where acceptance quietly begins. Acceptance doesn't mean you like the pattern, it means you stop fighting the reality that it exists. When the inner fight ends, energy becomes available for change. Now we arrive at learning. This is where everything comes together. Learning happens when curiosity replaces judgment. Ask yourself, what is this experience teaching me about myself, about my needs, values, or boundaries? Notice what feels lighter now. Notice what has shifted, even subtly. This is not theoretical learning. This is learning from your own life. And this is why self learning is so powerful in today's world, especially in an era of noise, speed, and information overload. Return now to the item you chose at the beginning. Notice how you see it now. You might realize the story has softened, your perspective has widened, or the situation feels less heavy. Write the reframe gently. Then choose one small aligned action, not a big commitment. Self leadership grows through small, intentional choices. Here's where self leadership becomes explicit. Based on what you learned, which strategy supports you most right now, behavior, thought, meaning, there's no best answer, only what fits this moment. Choose one practice you can realistically try over the next few days. That's leadership, not control. Pause here. Read the identity statements slowly. Notice who you're becoming through this learning. This is not self improvement, this is self relationship. And how you relate to yourself shapes how you lead everything else. The next 90 days are not about perfection, they're about practice. You'll revisit this worksheet, you'll notice patterns, you'll complete a mid reflection and a final reflection, not to prove anything, but to witness change. Growth becomes meaningful when it's noticed. Before you close the worksheet, pause one last time. Name one word that captures how you feel right now. And then thank yourself for showing up, for being honest, for being willing to learn from yourself. That willingness, that courage to be REAL is the foundation of self leadership. I'm really glad you're here. Take your time, trust your process, and allow yourself to grow with ease, clarity, and compassion.